Okay, what's up, guys? So this Cocktail Monday is gonna be a bit different. This is gonna be based around my cocktail for my cocktail competition at the Nashville Cocktail Festival. Newsflash, I won. I won the event. Kind of crazy. I went against some of the top bartenders here in Nashville, including the Optimist bartender, who, by the way, is awesome. He's such a nice guy, and his cocktail was awesome. So we're going to talk about the specs of my cocktail. We're going to talk about everything about my cocktail, and then we're going to do a haul of everything I either got or brought with me, or really just what I currently have here at my house from the competition. There are stuff that I was not allowed to bring home because technically it's not mine. I was sponsored by my work for the event. So they supply me with like the spirit, they supply me with not the spirit, they supply me to everything that's going in the cocktail pretty much. Now, there were some things that didn't get ordered that I purchased myself. So, which is okay because it's my competition anyway. So, and I only spent like $40. So, who cares? My cocktail was very nice. I made a really nice reduction with guajillo pepper, hibiscus, and red pepper flakes, and cayenne. Yeah, all of that was in my reduction. I took those guajillo peppers, for example, cleaned them, deseeded them, and then I put all the peppers and cayenne and all that together in a mix with water, reduced it a bit so that way that flavor enhances, and then I just covered it and let it all sweat really. So after that I made a guava syrup out of guava nectar. It's really hard, well, it was hard for us to order guava. I could of course go to like the grocery store and buy guava myself, but like I said, my work was ordering things for me. So they ordered my guava nectar for me, and my first try of making the guava syrup, I for some reason didn't think to reduce it. I genuinely don't know why I didn't think about that to begin with, but that's not what I first did. I first just added more sugar, which diluted the guava, actually, so it didn't work out. So then I was like, why don't I just reduce it? So I reduced it down, and boom, guava, good. So guava nectar reduced, that was my syrup. And then I made it I added a strawberry puree, which I have some left. I will get to later once we do the haul. I purchased that because they purchased some for me, my work did, but not enough. We did the math for 800 people to be there. We anticipated 800 people at this competition. Now, there was, but not necessarily at my competition. They were at the festival. That wasn't just the Nashville Cocktail Festival. It was like a whole shebang going on where there's food everywhere. This is all in Centennial Park in Nashville. So, I mean, it's a huge place. There were people everywhere. But at the Nashville Cocktail Festival, there was not 800 people, like anticipated. So, I prepared for that. So, at work, I currently have a lot of extra mix. So, when I get back to work, I will be making my cocktail for my guests, which is cool. Okay, so let's talk about my cocktail. You got the main ingredients. All right, in the picture, you see a black rim, a black and orange speck rim. So that is a lava salt and tahini rim that I made. I blended it up because the salt ended up being too grainy. So it was like perfect. And then the strawberry was just a garnish. In the entire cocktail, there's Sotol by Desert Door. There's Montenegro Amaro. There's strawberry syrup. There's guava syrup. Then there's the pepper reduction. That's the base of the cocktail. And then it has the rim, and then I garnish with the strawberry. I know it sounds pretty sweet, but the actual reduction and the Amaro helped balance it out. And then the tahini and salt rim really brought it all together, I think. Okay, so at the event, there weren't a lot of people in the actual competition itself, but there were a lot of people there representing themselves, but not using Sotol by Desert Door. Which was interesting. I did not expect that because my first competition was not like that at all. For the Keto 1 competition, for the Bartender Bash, it was balls to the wall the entire time, way busier. But I honestly liked this one because I really got to interact with my guests and talk to them and get to know them a bit and really talk about my cocktail, which I think also helped me. I really got to sell it, which is really what it boils down to. We're salesmen, I'm selling you on my cocktail, except it was free for you. So I was selling you to try it and enjoy it, which worked out because my cocktail ended up being awesome. Seriously, it was really good. So if you guys ever want to make the cocktail yourself, I will tell you the exact specs that I have. Okay, so I'm not going to go out and tell you the exact measurements of the pepper reduction I told you it was a guava nectar, you just reduce it. But anyway, so there's 2 ounces of Sotol in the cocktail itself. Then there's 0.75 Montenegro Amaro, 0.25 guava syrup, 0.75 pepper reduction, 0.5 lime juice, and 0.5 strawberry puree. Now, and then the black lava salt and tahini rim with strawberries. I got to go with 2 of my coworkers, Madison and Steven. Great team. We kicked ass, dude. Seriously, we really did. And that being said, we won. We're getting a trip to Texas. Now, I don't know what else that includes because they're going to reach out to me from Sotol Desert Door. But yeah, we get to go to, I think it's Austin, Texas, where Sotol Distillery is, which is pretty cool. I spoke to the guy from Nashville Cocktail Festival, and he talked to me about how he went for 5 days. I don't necessarily know we're going to be there that long, but he was telling me like they get to go on their big ranch, go to the distillery. You get to learn a lot about the place and have a good time, which is what I'm looking forward to. I actually recently watched Brad Leone's video with Bon Appetit going to Sotol Desert Door, which is funny. I watched that years ago, not thinking anything about it. And then it didn't even come to my head until after the competition about that, because I've seen that. But before the competition, I had no idea what Sotol Desert Door was. I never knew what Sotol was. And that being said, I've been working on this cocktail for 3 months of my life. After the Bartender Bash, I went straight to looking into more competitions and found the Nashville Cocktail Festival. And the only one that intrigued me was Sotol because it was a spirit I never really messed with. I can do anything with rum. Like there was a rum event and there was a Fernet event and then there was the Sotol. Now the Fernet would have been interesting too. I don't necessarily know if it was a competition. The rum I could do anything with. Like I could make just a badass daiquiri, for example. But the Sotol really made me get creative because it was an ingredient and spirit that I've never used and never once thought to use. So it really helped me and my creative side of building cocktails. I tried to be as indigenous to the border of Texas, southern Texas, as possible. So like that's why we have the guava, we have the guajillo pepper, we have the hibiscus or the jamaica plant, and I think those are the big 3 that was in the cocktail. So that's literally more than half of the ingredients, So that was the goal. That was like my first initial idea once I found the event and was like, I need to be as close to the roots of the cocktail, So Sotol is agave's cousin. It's pretty interesting. I look forward to learning more about it. So now let's get to the haul. Let's start off with the things I have on my desk. So I bought for display, like I bought an agave plant. Not only did I buy 1, but I bought 2. I have 2 agave plants. Look how cute they are. They're cute as hell. I really like this one, the big guy. But this guy has he's like crazy beautiful white marks on it. It's really cool. Unfortunately, this guy's roots aren't very long, so he has fallen out of his pot a few times. Just a few times, though. Something else I have on my table. I got a lot of little knickknacks, which I lost a few of them. Desert Door was doing this really cool thing where it's like, it looks like paper. I'm pretty sure it is, but it's like very thin cardboard paper that has seeds in it, and you just plant it in the ground, get it wet, and then it plants a plant, which is pretty cool. I ended up getting a bunch of stickers. Oh, jeez. a bunch of cool little stickers. I dropped one. But this is from like Hive, I think. Yeah, Hive. Sorry, I wish I could go more into detail on some of this stuff because I didn't really get a chance to go to a bunch of booths after the competition started. All the way up to the beginning is when I got to meet people, but at the end I didn't really get to. One thing, at my booth, I had this spider, because tarantulas are also big in Texas. So my manager saw in my trunk, which I've had it for 3 years in my trunk. 3 years. I bought it at Dollar General 3 years ago. It's just been sitting in my trunk this entire time. And he thought it'd be good on display. And then these girls from the Fernet team loved it, and they really wanted it. So we made an exchange where I got a drink for that spider at the end of the competition, which is cool. So they have, please enjoy the spider if you see this. Okay, so other than that, I have the picture that I took of the cocktail itself for the display. You know, gotta really stunt on these hoes. Let them know my cocktail. Okay, now let's get to the heavy hitters. I'm gonna start with the not so cool things. When I was leaving the event, I saw, so there was my booth, and then next to my booth, there was another company. I think they were called like the Rose Cafe or something like that here in Nashville. I've never heard of them, but simply now that I know of them, I'm gonna go check it out at some point. I'm not sure if this is from them, but they left it, so I took it. It's just a bunch of cups. What am I gonna do with them? I'm gonna throw a big old cookout and invite everybody to come try my Sotol cocktail. Yeah. So I've just got a bunch of glasses. At the competition, Sotol Desert Door gave us 3 cases of Sotol for the competition. They said there was even more if we needed it because, like I said, we anticipated 800 people, and there were other people who were there, but they all dropped out. Not all of them, but a few dropped out is what I meant to say. He said if we ran out, there's more for us, but I never even got even close. I actually still have a full case of Sotol. They didn't ask for it back at the end, but I literally have 9 whole bottles of Sotol. 9. I have a literal case here, full of Sotol. It even says it on the box. 9 bottles, just full. Boom, 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 and then guess what? Boom. And then that being said, I also have 10 empty bottles. I'm missing one there for some reason, and I'm missing one there for some reason. But I think those were my display bottles. I don't know where they are. So it's all the mild stuff. Except for the fact that I have 9 bottles of Sotol. I think I'm gonna do something cool at home. You might end up seeing a lot of Sotol in my cocktails Mondays. Okay, so I don't know this company. See, the guy who gave it to me, I thought he worked for Fernet, but he brought out shirts to give to everybody. Don't put imis around. I don't know. I probably pronounced that very wrong. A shout out to this guy who worked for this pizza company. I think he was the owner. Let me tell you the name. All right, so it's MGC BBQ and Pizzeria. It was a great honor meeting you. You were such a nice guy. I just wanted to give him a shout out simply because he brought me a pizza. He brought not just me, he brought the entire place of pizza. Everybody that was working the event that I know of, he gave a pizza to. And he went out of his way for it, and it was really cool. I unfortunately didn't really get to try it because I was getting my butt kicked at the time he brought it to me. So I had to set it aside, and then finally when I got the chance to get to it, I already gave it to my friends who were all very intoxicated and needed it. So I did manage to get one bite in after it was already cold and sitting. So it was like 2 hours later. So shout out to him. Great guy. Super cool place. All right, now let's get to the cool stuff. I have some extra of the black lava salt mix. These are the strawberry purees that I was using. This is the ones I bought. We had 2 different kinds because there was the kind that my work bought me, and then this is the kind I went and bought. Nina's natural strawberry daiquiri and margarita mix. It's super basic, so that's what I liked about it. And it's like a jam almost. It's super thick, and it's not super sweet compared to the other one I was using. So it just kind of evened everything out. I think it was good for it. I have like 2.5 of those bottles left. So Castle and Key was at this event, and I've actually been pushing Castle and Key for a while now, because from where I work now, we have had 2 bottles of their bourbon. I push it every time I get the chance to, because I really like them. I saw when they dropped their second batch, and when I started working there, I got super stoked, and I like it. I like the bourbon. So since they were there, they were generous enough to give me a bottle of their gin, and not just their gin. He gave me their half a bottle of their rye as well that he had left, which was very nice of him. I've got some Desert Door little cups left over from the event. They gave us these little cups to give to people. Like, this is what I was filling the cocktail in. And then finally, I have this bottle of Sotol. It's called the Pollinator. The gentleman at Sotol gave it to me, and we ended up getting 2 extra bottles for one for each of us, which was really nice of them to give us that. I mean, I don't know if it was because we won or not, but it was very nice, and I got to try it. It is such a delicious spirit. I haven't opened this bottle yet, but I tried it when I was there. I tried a lot of things when I was there. There were a lot of cool cocktails, there was a lot of weird ones, and then there was a lot of basic ones. You know, I feel like for a competition, you kind of got to go all out, and like I said, it took me 3 months to come up with my recipe. Montenegro Amaro was at the beginning of making that cocktail. I think I got my guava nectar, and then so the main cocktail that I made had the Sotol, the guava nectar, and the Amaro, and lime juice. That was it. That was the base. And then I felt like it was too close to a margarita, so then I added more things as I went. And I knew I wanted some heat as well. So, yeah, that was my cocktail competition. I really wish I got more footage for you guys, and for myself, honestly. But I was so busy the 2 days before. I didn't wait last minute on everything. Like, we knew to do the prep and stuff, but like I said, there were the few obstacles that I had to go through. Like, there were some things we forgot to order, like the strawberry syrup, and I had to go out of my way to find some, which for some reason was hard to find. I called like 12 liquor stores, and it was like very difficult. I guess I could have just made some, but like also we forgot to order strawberries, so I had to call our other hotel to see if they would bring me some, which they did, which was great. I'm so happy they did that. I ended up only having 1 container of strawberries left, so it was pretty perfect in my opinion. So yeah, that was my cocktail competition. Next time I'll have more footage. I freaking won, dude. My first competition, I got 2nd place. My second one, I got 1st place. I'm on the up and coming. Stay tuned. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.